Welcome to Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Today we are addressing the reality of political power in India. The ruling establishment controls central enforcement agencies, commands unmatched corporate capital, and exercises near total dominance over mainstream media, local bureaucracy, and administrative machinery. If you try to challenge a hyper-consolidated state apparatus using predictable traditional playbooks, you hand a centralized system a single target to isolate and neutralize. To break this paralysis, youth movements like the Cockroach Janta Party, alongside the opposition and Gen Z, must study how asymmetric strategy works in the real world. Look at what unfolded in the Persian Gulf during the US-Iran conflict. A global superpower armed with aircraft carrier strike groups, multi-billion-dollar missile defense networks, and massive conventional firepower found itself stalled and forced to pause operations. Why? Because Iran did not try to match America jet for jet or ship for ship. Instead, they deployed $20,000 commercial drones, targeted critical economic choke points like maritime shipping insurance, and imposed severe operational costs on an adversary built for conventional warfare. That is the core logic of asymmetric strategy. You never fight power where it is strongest. You expose and disrupt the fragile, hyper-optimized systems that power relies on. Here are 5 executable, non-linear action points that CJP, the opposition, and Gen Z can implement to dismantle state media control and restore democratic accountability. Executable action. 1. The drone fleet strategy, AI swarm fact-checking, and micro-node distribution. Iran used $20,000 commercial drones to force an adversary to expend $1 million interceptor missiles. On the information front, mainstream channels spend millions producing primetime propaganda. Gen Z and the Cockroach Janta Party must build the digital equivalent of a drone swarm, deploy open-source AI tools to monitor TV broadcasts in real time, automatically detecting fake news, hate speech, and paper leak cover-ups. Within minutes, feed these automated breakdowns directly into encrypted cell-based microgroups on Signal, Telegram, and WhatsApp. You cannot raid a million individual group chats. When truth is distributed peer-to-peer across neighborhood nodes, central censorship collapses under its own weight. Executable action. 2. Target the economic choke point. Asymmetric ad boycotts and regulatory complaints. Iran did not need to sink an entire fleet to stall global trade. They targeted maritime insurance, making it financially unviable for commercial ships to sail. Propaganda TV channels rely on the exact same vulnerability. Corporate advertising revenue. CJP tech collectives must deploy scraper bots that log every corporate brand funding divisive broadcast segments. Simultaneously file formal complaints with the News Broadcasting and Digital Standards Authority and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting under the Cable Television Networks Regulation Act. Combine these legal filings with algorithmically targeted pressure against corporate boards, ESG rating agencies, and international investors. When advertising on propaganda outlets becomes a direct financial and reputational liability, corporate ad dollars pull out, collapsing the economic engine of state media. Executable action. 3. Tactical legal swarming, AI-powered legal friction. When facing an overwhelming central apparatus, create operational friction to slow decision-making. Youth collectives like CJP working alongside young lawyers must supercharge constitutional litigation with legal AI assistance. Train custom legal AI tools on the Representation of the People Act, the Model Code of Conduct, and local police manuals. Use those tools to draft thousands of hyperlocal RTI filings, magistrate petitions, and election violation complaints overnight. File simultaneous, legally airtight petitions under Section 123 of the Representation of the People Act against hate speech. This creates massive administrative friction, forcing local bureaucrats to adhere to statutory law or face personal judicial liability. Executable action. 4. Non-attributable flash actions and leaderless mobilization. Large pre-announced rallies give enforcement machinery a clear target for arrests and internet blackouts. Shift entirely to leaderless, flash civic actions coordinated through decentralized digital networks. Deploy encrypted algorithmic alerts to organize short, quiet 10-minute demonstrations or synchronized digital blackouts. Removing visible leaders denies the state a target and generates unscripted viral footage that can bypass broadcast censorship. Executable action. 5. Build parallel economic systems through local solidarity networks. Create student-led skill cooperatives, direct farmer-to-consumer micro-markets, and neighborhood legal defense pools. When people secure daily livelihoods independent of state patronage, political fear tactics lose their leverage. Power looks absolute only while you play by rules designed to protect it. When citizens combine constitutional literacy with decentralized tech-driven civic pressure, the illusion of total control shatters. This was a talk with Dr. Gupta and friends. Stay safe and let us keep thinking about what comes next.